Testing my mic. Testing my mic. Testing my mic. I'm back. It's me, Brittany Hislop with Here. Let me help you. Okay, one of these has to be good. If not, I'm literally gonna die. Okay, bye. Hey guys, welcome to Here Let Me Help You. It's just me, Brittany. I'm here this week by myself, and I wasn't gonna do anything this week, and then I thought it's kind of weird, like not posting anything. It honestly feels like unnatural, even though I know I'm like literally not bound or tied to be doing any of this. Like it just feels like it's now like ingrained in me. So I just figured this week I would give a couple updates on life, and then kind of also I wanted to talk about another maybe portion of the channel that I'm going to start. The podcast is not going anywhere. I promise you. It's just that some weeks, especially like weeks when we have holidays and stuff going on with the kids, it just is a lot, and I don't want to ever make this more stressful than it needs to be. Like I started this channel and I started the podcast for it to just be a time to connect and be able to learn and grow and be able to share information with you guys and learn for myself. But there are just times when I feel like when we have too much going on with the family, that it becomes a chore. And so this week I really just wanted to take the time and focus on family, which we had a great Easter, so much fun with the kids. Easter Bunny came, we celebrated with the family, we went to church, all the things, right? But as a mom, I feel like there's just so much pressure to make the holidays so special for your kids. And so I'm just doing all the things. We were baking cookies and dyeing eggs, and it's just so much. And so I was just really wanted to take the 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 time to be present with them. There's a lot of times I feel like when I'm editing or on my computer trying to think of things or trying to create, I'm not always present as much as I want to be. I feel like having young ones and having little ones is such a precious time, and I know that I should be spending as much time and being as present with them as possible. And so it makes this content creation career so much more difficult for me, because I know that there's times where I probably should be more checked in and I'm not, just truthfully. So I really wanted to make sure that this holiday was really just kind of focused on them. I took a lot of pictures, I took a lot of videos, but I didn't want to then be editing a podcast too and then having to make sure that I'm delivering that to him my own deadline, because that's all it really is just my perfectionism coming into play. And I feel like everything needs to be done right. Everything needs to be done perfect for the kids, and everything needs to be done perfect for the podcast, and I have 1,000 vlogs that need to be edited. And so I'm really starting to feel overwhelmed, a little burnt out, and I don't like that feeling. I hate it, actually. That's not why I do this or why I wanted to do this. So I have to sometimes just take a minute to pause, remind myself that the biggest reason I'm able to even create content is because of my beautiful family and the moments that we're sharing together, right? And not everything needs to be just pumped out right away, or not everything needs to be so serious, right? Anywho, that's a long-winded way to segue into what I really wanted to talk about today. And I really didn't even really want this to be a podcast episode. I just really wanted to jump on and be more of a stream of consciousness. So I'm sorry if this is really jumbled. There's no word of the week this week. I just really wanted to kind of find a way to connect with you guys more, and also challenge myself, because it's very hard for me to talk alone to a camera. I don't know what it is. There's like a mental block for me where it feels very disorienting. I feel very awkward, like a fish out of water, and I really want to get better at that. And so I was trying to find ways to connect with an audience, you guys, more than in a podcast format. A lot of times when we're podcasting, we're allowing the guests to talk, or we're just shooting the shit, or trying to be silly or funny. But it doesn't really give you a way, or it isn't really giving you guys an insight into my life, who I am, my thoughts. And so I really wanted to just share that with you guys. I'll share a little bit more, at least. Maybe not share everything, but I feel like it's important for me as a creator for you guys to know who I am, right? And where I want to take this channel and the direction I want to go with everything. And I really just want this to be a channel where people can come and learn something, but also feel comfortable to maybe share and connect with me on their personal stories or things that have helped them, because I have a lot of interests, right? And I have a lot of questions. So I really want to take this time and these segments to just kind of use it as like a video journal for me. And just kind of flush out some of my thoughts. Like I said, have it be some kind of a stream of consciousness, just things that I've been thinking about, things that bothering me, things that may be weighing on my heart, things that I've learned, certain things I've learned, certain books that I've been reading, just little tidbits of just stuff. And where that kind of came from is I feeling like I've just been, again, really neglecting my own mental health by stressing myself out so much about creating content and trying to pump things out and keep up with everyone. You know, you're constantly seeing people posting stuff every single day, and everyone's stuff is so good, and you're constantly competing with everyone and trying to keep up and trying to make the best content possible. And I've just started to feel in these past couple weeks really, really burnt out, like terrible, like just like creative block, just struggling, not really, just I feel like I was struggling, not feeling like I felt like I'm just a little off center, like I'm not feeling myself. Like I feel like um I needed to get back into more of my journaling, my meditating, and it all sounds so goofy, but it was something to me that was really helping me. After I quit my job, I felt so freaking lost. For those of you that don't know, I was in new home sales for close to 10 years. It was 8 years. I was doing that line of work, that career, and it was giving me so much purpose. And I felt like it was lighting me up in so many different ways and giving me everything that I wanted. But when I quit that job to stay at home with my kids because I felt like something was lacking there, and I felt very sad missing out on all these moments with my kids. And um, so when I left that career, I started to have this feeling of just like grief. Like I had lost my entire identity, and I needed to find a way to like find myself again. I know it sounds cheesy, but I needed to find that, and um I I will talk about this book to the day I die. I started reading this book, The Artist Way. And this book really is a way to help get through, I think, creator's block, or just find maybe deeper meaning to your life, which sounds so, again, so cliche. But there's a lot of times where I feel like a lot of us are wanting to make a change, or wanting to do something that we've always dreamed of, or wanting to jump into a new career path, and you just are either scared, stuck, and you just feel like you have no idea how that's going to happen. And that's where I was. That's how I was feeling. And this book really helped me um, gather my thoughts more than anything. I was able to sit with my feelings and really kind of decide like what my next steps were going to be. And so In this book, she calls them your morning pages, but essentially they are journal pages that you are supposed to be doing every day, at least 3 pages for 12 weeks, because 12 weeks is supposed to ingrain something into you and make it a habit, right? So when I started and I left left my job, I really, like I said, I felt fucking lost. And so the way this book changed me was by doing those morning pages. So the morning pages essentially are just a way to get out your thoughts. You may write down literally just gibberish, nothing. Talk about your morning, talk about your plans for the day. You could a lot of times in the very beginning, I didn't even know what to write. I was very um I'm a perfectionist, so everything I was trying to write down was like this perfect story or these perfect things, right, about the day. Or I was trying to like make everything just sound so great. And after I let go of that and I just started writing shit down, I would wake up and just write whatever came to mind. And I would start to flow. And sometimes it'd be more than 3 pages. Sometimes it would be hard for me to get 3 pages down. I've also had the kids, I was dealing with. And so there was times I would have to do it in the afternoon, but I made it a point to always write something down because what came from it was incredible. And I didn't realize that at the time when I was writing this stuff down, I just thought that it was going to give me a good um like a point of reference, a place to look back and see how much I've grown within those 12 weeks. But what it really did for me is completely change my mindset. I was able to sit down and realize that I didn't have to have anything really to say. I just needed to have um, I just needed to feel. I needed to actually feel and sit with my emotions and then write those down, right? There wasn't a prompt that was needed. It was really just me feeling my feelings and really getting in touch with what was bothering me, what was making me happy, what was making me upset, triggered, sad, all the above, and tracking those. And then once you write all that down and you've done this for 12 weeks, not only do you want to continue because it feels good, but then you have a reference point, like to go back and look and see all the things and all the ideas and all the feelings that you've been having and kind of track that. Um, it just gave me a different outlook on my own life and some of the things that were really maybe triggering me or hurting me or things that were bothering me that maybe I didn't even realize until I started to repeatedly write them down or talk about them or think about them, right? And so once I stopped doing that after the 12 weeks, it honestly made me sad. Like I wanted to continue it, and I did for a while until I started doing all this content creation just because it started consuming me. And that's fine. I love it. But I also really, really want to make sure that I'm taking the time to ground myself and stay happy, stay connected to myself and make sure that I'm not doing this for the wrong reasons or not doing something that isn't unique to me or isn't something that isn't. I lost my train of thought, but that's okay. I just want to make sure it's authentic and that it feels like it's coming from the heart, like not just, or it's coming from a place of that, and that I'm being genuine. When I'm creating content, I don't want to do this just because someone else is doing it or copying what else someone else is doing. I want to be able to create things that are unique to me. And in order to do that, I need to be able to have that quiet time and have that time with myself. And so, what I really wanted to do, and I wrote this down the other day, and I was actually going back through my journals and came across this journal entry that I wrote to myself. And I reminded myself then, I said, I know that, Brittany, I know you're busy, but you need to continue to do this, stick with it. And told myself, if you get too busy, you can always do video journals. And so that's really what I wanted to That's again, I'm segueing into what I really want to add to this channel, something of that nature. Mindful moments, if you will, or something where I set a timer for 3 minutes. I come in here and it'll start with 3 minutes and we can expand upon it, right? But I've got to start small and with something that I know that I can attainably do. So let's say start with 3 minutes and I'm just going to come in here and basically, instead of journaling, I'm going to talk to the camera and talk about my thoughts. And who knows? I literally may not post any of them, or I might post one a week. I might post a couple a week. Depends on, I guess, how many feelings I have this. But I just wanted to use it as a time to challenge myself, one, connect with you guys, because I know that if I'm feeling some way or feeling some of these feelings, that there's got to be someone else out there that's feeling that way. As a mother, there's a lot of times you feel, I think, really alone, or alienated, especially being a stay-at-home mother, because now, I would be able to go to the workplace and kind of vent to other moms or other parents, but now it's just been a lot more difficult because I don't really have a lot of people that I uh, want to complain to, let's say. I have a lot of people that I can talk to about this stuff, but at the same time, when you're going through it, sometimes you just want to just not have someone else's unwarranted or unsolicited opinions. And so my way to do that is to talk to the camera and then you guys can just comment and talk shit and I don't have to read it. I don't have to dive into it if I don't want to. But I know there will be other people that will get something from it or that may resonate or relate. And so, I make content to connect, like again, to learn, to grow, and really just find my people, right? Find my people that I really that get me. And I think this is a way to also help to know myself more. This is very vulnerable to do this for me. This is not easy for me to do. It's so beyond nerve-wracking. I've had to work myself up to even being able to do this. If you told me to do a solo episode by myself 10 weeks ago, I couldn't have done it. There'd absolutely be no way I'd even be here. So I'm proud of myself and I want to continue to grow. I want to continue to get better for myself, for you guys. I want to be good. I want to be great. It's the perfectionist in me. Don't shoot me, but I really don't want this to be perfection. I want this to be kind of raw, real, and just everyday life. And like I said, the podcast will still remain. It will still be a thing. We will still be talking. And Ryan and I love doing the podcast with him. He is my rock. He truthfully is the reason I'm able to show up and do this every week. Because I could not sit here and do this every week on my own. I'm not that funny. I'm not that cool. And he really helps. I think he brings another aspect to the channel, which I love. I really want to continue talking with people, learning, connecting with him. I wanted to keep pushing I want to keep pushing myself. That's what it is. I really just want to keep pushing myself. And I sometimes, can't always rely on someone to be there. And so I want to make sure that I'm good. I've got this. I don't need to rely on anyone else to hold my hand to create the content that I want to create. And yeah, I'm just facing my fears. This is really just me facing my fears. And so again, the videos may start off very short. They may start off very all over the place. You may be like, what the hell is she saying? And they're going to be really awkward for me too. So we're in this together, but that's probably more reason to watch because you're going to watch me be very cringy for the first couple episodes. And then I'm hopefully going to get better. Hopefully, as I do more of them, I'll be able to expand upon my thoughts. And truthfully, too, it's something that I can leave for my kids. I love my journals because it's something that I'm able to leave handwritten for my girls and my family that lives on, forever. So this is just another form of that. And hopefully another way to track my growth, track, how shitty these videos started to how great they are. hopefully one day. I'm recording this on, what day is it? April 21st. So hopefully 3 years from now, April 21st, 2020. What did I just say? 3 years from now? Yeah, hopefully 3 years. You guys, I'm a mess. Hopefully 3 years from now, 2025, 26, 27, 28, 2028, I'm gonna have 1 million subscribers and we'll be rocking and rolling. I'll be just chatting up a storm. This will be easy peasy. But for now, it's not. I'm sweating and I'm nervous and talking to all different screens. I'm like, but thank you for being here, for sticking around. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. I promise to continue to keep creating new stuff. That's my goal, always to continue to create new content, fun stuff, vlogs, family stuff, personal stuff, mental health, the podcast, just all types of fun stuff. I'm all over the place. I have a lot of ideas, and so that's what I'm here to do, is just to share them, get them out of my freaking brain so that I can clear them out and or make room for more. And at least I have video. I have it all on video now, so that if I forget any of it, I can go back and watch these and have all my ideas written down or vlogged on my video journal. It's like a viary instead of like a diary. It's a viary, a vernal instead of a journal. What do we call this? Like minutes with Brittany, journal, vlernaling. No. All right. Well, we'll be back on that. We'll think of that and come back to that. But again, thank you for being here. Please subscribe. We love you. I love you. And we'll be back next week with the podcast, and also look forward to my first little video diary that I'm going to do. I'm excited. Thanks for being here. Love you guys. Peace out.